Hey, good morning, everyone. Judge Baker's having a little bit of a technical problem, so she's going to be on here hopefully in just a few minutes. Stacy, I don't see your client in the waiting room. Have you had contact with her?
I have not gotten any response to our attempts, Rachel, so I'm not sure if
Okay.
she's going to be here.
Okay. So Eugene, who do you need this morning?
On the Sanchez matter, I should have Mr. Flores and Ms. Jorant.
Okay, got them. And I've got Stacy Brown. Is she supervisor for this one?
Stacy Brown, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm just going to go ahead and pull her in and see if she's on this one or not.
Ms. Grant, I believe Ms. Jorant had contact with your client yesterday and had recommended she get in contact with you.
Okay. I was in Stinnett yesterday and I didn't have a message, but I will double check.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I've got an Alexa Ruff. Does anybody know what case she's here on?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, let me see if I can find out what she's here for. Hold on.
She may be here for Roberson,
Okay,
but I thought when I forwarded the link, I thought I told him it was at 11. So I don't know.
well, she's having trouble joining anyway, so if she gets logged in, we'll find out for sure, and I'll let her know.
Okay. Good morning, y'all. Sorry, I was having a mouse that wasn't connecting.
Morning, Judge.
Okay, we got everybody that we think is going to be here.
Yeah, we were just waiting on the mother, but I don't know if she's going to be here or not.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and call the case and then we'll see if she shows up.
Okay.
Judge, I haven't had contact with her, but it's my understanding she's had contact with the caseworker.
Okay, if she appears, I'll be happy to put you all in a breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
As we are here on a request for court-ordered services today, we're live streaming and Ms. Taylor's making our record this morning. Okay, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Your Honor, Eugene Graff and Rudy Flores on behalf of the department present and ready to proceed.
Judge Stacy Brown on behalf of the mother, Jessica Sanchez, as previously announced, I have not been able to get in touch with her yet, but I know she's been in touch with the caseworker.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Isabella.
Okay, all right, she's not present. Has anybody tried to reach out to her or have a number, working phone number for her?
Your Honor, I texted her just a minute ago. I haven't received a reply. Let me go ahead and try and call her.
Did she know about the hearing today?
Yeah, she was advised by my supervisor about the hearing yesterday.
I talked to her, Judge Baker, yesterday. She called me and I visited with her. She was aware of the hearing and I had provided her Miss Grant's contact information. And we chatted for a minute about what this hearing was about and things like that. She said that she received this service at work, I think is where they ended up serving her.
All right, okay. Mr. Groff, do you have the information on date of service and everything?
I don't have the actual date. I did receive a call last week from Officer Watson, who was having difficulty serving her at the home. We provided him with the work address on South Georgia, Papa John's, I believe, and he was going to attempt to serve her there. And it sounds like that has occurred. I don't believe we've seen a service certificate as yet, though.
No, it's not been returned. The return has not been filed, so, okay.
And Judge, if she did reach out yesterday, I was in criminal court in Stinnett all day yesterday. And so there is a possibility after Miss Jorant spoke with her that she called, but I have not gotten through on my phone messages this morning yet.
Well, this is our first setting, I believe.
Correct.
So we could potentially reset this. Um,
I certainly wouldn't object under the circumstances. It sounds like she has actual knowledge and potentially actual service, or legal service. It sounded like the conversation my client had with her yesterday suggested we might be able to work this out if she can talk with her attorney. And on that basis, I would not object to a brief continuance.
okay, I'll let Miss Katie, she's putting in the chat January 14th at 9.
Checking my calendar here. That should work for me. Yeah, I'm well, we had the Downey final. That looks like that's resolved, but I am available on the 14th, Your Honor.
I'm available on the 14th, Your Honor. I show to be in a final. However, that is a case that will resolve with a relinquishment.
And I'm available as well.
Okay, well, we'll put it in on the 9 o'clock docket that day. Just in an abundance of, caution, and make sure that she has an opportunity to talk with her attorney. Okay, I appreciate everybody showing up, and I'll see you back on the 14th then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, Stacy,
you.
Yes, ma'am.
sorry, before you run, can you check your email about some emails going around about a mediation on Thursday? I think.
Yes, with
I
Ms.
think we-
Radcliffe?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect.
So I think we may want to reset that, but
Okay.
but take a look at it and see what you think.
I sure will. I'll do it right away.
Thanks.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too, thanks.
Got an agreement?
Yeah, we just sent over a signed agreed order signed by Ms. Grant and Ms. Zavala. I don't know if we're going to see Ms. Grant, but that did get sent over to Your Honor prior to the hearing for signature. So I think
Okay.
we have an agreement.
All right, well, y'all don't see any reason that we need a hearing then.
Yeah, we were just hoping if they showed up. I know Ms. Zavala had a request, and the social worker had a request of Ms. Grant to just make sure her client reaches out to speak with both of them, and that Ms. Zavala would be coming by to take a look at the kiddo.
Yeah, just my usual, hey, I'm gonna be swinging by. Please let me come by.
Yeah,
So, but I don't think we need a hearing.
okay. Well, then, that's great. I'll get the order and I'll get it signed, and then I guess, Ms. Zavala, I'll see you back at 10:30.
Sounds great.
Okay,
I'll see Your
thank
Honor
you very much.
this week. That's all I have right now.
Okay,
Bye, Jean.
Thank you.
bye-bye. We have any signatures on this next one?
On Collins.
Yeah,
Judge, we do, and it was kind of back and forth, but, just kind of said we were kind of close at it to just go ahead and have the hearing, but I do have Ms. Hamker's signature and Ms. Zavala's signature. We've really not had a hearing on this one. They're always been agreed up to this point, so we kind of just wanted to have a hearing in front of the court on this one.
okay, and Ms. Zavala, is it my understanding that Clay might be present?
This is for, he is not going to be.
Oh, this is Ellen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got Alexa on the phone because I did not believe he was going to be present. And I don't really think it would be a good idea for him to be present. He's not. She
Okay.
just wanted to log in to keep up with what needed to happen for him.
All right, so I'll admit Ms. Ruff then. And Mr. Trout, who are you looking for as far as?
Heidi Elliott.
We are here today on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Taylor's making our record. All right, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Heidi Elliott's my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Your Honor, Stacy Zavala for Owen. He is not here as we discussed, but I anticipate there may be some discussion of a personal nature regarding Owen. And I would prefer that to take place off of YouTube if possible.
Okay. Any objection to that?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
Okay. We are here today on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming. And Ms. Taylor is making our record this morning. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Alicia Walker is my permanency specialist. We're present ready.
Joel Jackson, on behalf of the mother Desiree Ames. Your Honor, I spoke with my client yesterday. She won't be present today. She's currently at work. And I'm ready.
Okay.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Whitney.
Donna Rowland with Amarillo Casa.
Ms. Walker, I think you're the one that's going to give us an update, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
so Trenton's phone hasn't been working recently. Every time I try to call him, it doesn't ring. And there's like an automated message that says the person you are trying to call is not being able to receive calls or something like that. And so I messaged him on Facebook last Friday and I let him know that I haven't been able to get a hold of him by phone. And I did let him know of today's hearing and that I emailed him the link so that he could join today's hearing. And I asked him if he could please give me his current address, and he read my message and never responded to me. And I did attempt to contact his brother, Chris, and his mom, Christine, to see if they knew where he was currently living. His brother said that he doesn't know where he's living anymore. And his mom said, last I knew, he was living with his brother, but has since been evicted, and I don't know where he's living anymore. So I have no idea where he's living anymore, and the only way I can get a hold of him is through Facebook. And I did let Whitney's placement know that his phone has been messing up since Whitney's supposed to be having calls with him every other Saturday. So Whitney hasn't been able to talk to him either. And Trenton still hasn't done any services at all. He hasn't signed his family plan. He hasn't signed the paperwork for an attorney. Me and his LPS worker both let him know that, you know, the services we're asking him to do are free. He won't have to pay for anything. We let him know that he won't have to pay for anything to get an attorney assigned to him. And he still hasn't done anything.
Ms. Walker, have you run any other searches to find an address for him? I think he had some legal troubles also at one point.
Yeah, he kept telling me in the beginning that he was going to go to jail and was going to go to rehab, but I don't know if he ever did any of that. But I haven't yet attempted to do another search to find another address for him.
Have you searched jails in the area to make sure he hasn't gone back to jail?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay. But you said last Friday he did read a message on Facebook from you, so he's out and can use Facebook at least.
Yes.
Okay. I think we've requested it, but if you would get us a affidavit on the inability to locate so that we can service him by publication.
Yes, I will.
Okay. And Judge, we've still not been able to find him to get him served. I know he was at his brother's, then not at his brother's, and then was supposedly back at his brother's. And so we've tried multiple times to try to get him served and have not been able to yet.
Okay, let's look at jail rosters just
Yes, ma'am.
by chance, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But we are going to here as soon as Ms. Walker gets us the affidavit, we'll get it filed to try to give him service by publication.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walker, then how about mom?
I haven't been in contact with her since she relinquished.
Okay.
And Judge, she signed a relinquishment that was filed in September.
Right.
I believe the relinquishment was signed in June, I believe.
Yeah, it was signed June 4th and we filed it on 9/11. So it has been filed into the case.
Okay. All right.
And Judge,
Yes.
I spoke with my client yesterday, and she's not had any contact with the child, nor has the child reached out to contact her. In her words, she just said it had been months. So I don't know exactly how long that's been.
Well, I mean, if she's relinquished, she's not asking for contact, is she?
No, no, ma'am. I was just asking if the status was if they'd had any contact.
Oh, okay. Okay, anybody aware that they've had any kind of contact?
They haven't had any.
I don't believe they have.
Okay. All right, and then anything to tell us about Whitney?
She's been doing pretty good. She still has some behaviors here and there, but nothing major. She does really enjoy talking to her Aunt Chelsea on the phone. She says they talk on the phone almost every day. And Chelsea did say she is willing to be placement for Whitney one day as soon as she's able to get her own place. So hopefully that can work out because I think Whitney would really want to go with her Aunt Chelsea.
Okay. All right then. Mr. Jackson, anything else to add today?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I got to Zoom with Whitney on the 26th. She was having a good day and she feels like things are going well there. She is on a lot of medication, but she feels like it's helping her. School, she says, well, it's going, you know, maybe not her favorite thing, but she's very focused on what her level of care is. And I think that's because she understands that in order to move to a less restrictive placement, her level of care has to go down. So she is very interested in knowing when that might change. And I talked to her about the kinds of things she could do to help that. She did say that she would be open to other placements, but that if we're just looking at an RTC, she wants to stay where she is, that she likes the RTC that she's at, but she would be very open to less restrictive placements like a foster home if one would be available. I do think her contact with Chelsea is very beneficial to her. And I believe maybe grandma was just added to her call list. She did say, and she seems to know that dad may not be cooperating because she said, if my dad is cooperating, could I maybe have a visit with him? But I think she knows that that's pretty iffy. So that was her request. And those were all the things that she wanted to say today if she was here.
Yeah. All right, and Casa.
Thank you. Like they said, Whitney, sorry, I'm getting my cases confused. Whitney has her good days and bad days, but she has voiced to me that she would like to be placed with Chelsea, I am sorry, with Chelsea, if possible. I know Chelsea is looking at getting a bigger place for her, for possibly taking in Whitney. So that's one thing she's wanting, but she's doing good for the most part. No concerns to report.
Okay.
Judge, due to kind of the way it upsets the child when dad does or doesn't come around for his visits or show, can we stop his visits until we get some cooperation from him?
Yeah, I don't have a problem if he, you know, if we get him back on board and we know where he's at and what he's doing and all that, then we can start him again. But I don't see any point setting her up for disappointment. All right, then. Today we're going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and we'll continue placement. And I'm going to find a continuing danger to return the child home today. I'm going to find that the father is not in compliance with his service plan. Obviously, mother's relinquished, so I don't really need to address that. And we are set for our final on April 10th, 2025. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. I would anticipate we will go to trial that day. So, I'll see y'all back then.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Walker, can you get us that affidavit as soon as possible?
Yes, I will.
All right, thank you. I'd like to have it by the end of the week if we can.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to have it so that doesn't hold up our final.
Okay.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you, everybody.
You too.
Objection to starting YouTube other than our just general disdain.
Just general disdain.
Excuse me, we're here today set for our final in this case. We are conducting this through Zoom under a finding of good cause and agreement of the parties. We are live streaming and Ms. Goodman is making our record for us today. Okay, we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready.
Joel Jackson on behalf of Desiree Ames, mother. I'm present. I don't believe that she's with us this morning.
Jeff Hill on behalf of Trenton Ames. Judge, he was the father. He was served by publication. I've never been contacted by him. I have no way to contact him. So I'm here and as ready as I can be, Judge.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Whitney.
John Rowland with Amarillo Casa.
Okay, thank you. All right, then before we get started, my understanding that mother has executed a relinquishment, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, then. Mr. Trapp, how many witnesses you have today?
2, Your Honor.
Okay. If you want to go ahead and call your first witness then.
Melissa Ponce, Your Honor.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Melissa, would you state your name for the record, please?
It's Melissa Ponce.
And Ms. Ponce, how are you employed?
I work for Texas Department of Family and Protective Services.
In what capacity do you work for them?
I'm an investigator.
And how are you familiar with that case?
I was the investigator on the case.
How did the department become involved in the case with this child?
Originally, the case was out of, I believe it was Austin, Texas. It came in that Whitney made some statements that she felt unsafe with her mother in the home, and she had run away. So she was placed in a Georgia behavioral health institution by law enforcement for her mental health.
And when was the case transferred up to you?
The case was transferred to me April the 9th of 2024.
Okay, thank you. And why was the case transferred up to the Amarillo area?
Because the mother was living up, decided that she was moving up here.
Okay. And when the case was transferred to you, what was going on?
Whitney, the child, was in the pavilion due to making threats of killing her mom and her sister.
Were there other allegations of violence in the home or threats of violence?
Yes, Whitney had made several statements, apparently, that she was going to kill her mom and her sister, I believe, in their sleep, and was also assaulted towards her mother.
Okay. During your investigation, who did you find out was the mother? What was the mother's name? Or what is the mother's
name? Her name is Desiree Ames.
Okay. And in your contact with her, did you discuss the allegations and stuff going on in the case?
Yes, I did.
And what was mom's outlook and statements made during the case?
Mom had been trying to seek help with regarding Whitney's mental health. She had been talking to a staff member at Texas Panhandle Centers to try to get her some help, either whether that be inpatient, outpatient treatment. She also attended one of the community where the community comes together to discuss like some different options. There were several options, but there was a waiting list for those options. And so mom felt like she had exhausted all her options in the community. She did not have any family members that could handle Whitney's behavior either.
At this time, was mom asking the department to take custody of Whitney?
Yes.
Okay. During your investigation, did mom tell you who Whitney's dad was?
She had stated that it was Trenton Ames.
Okay. And during your investigation, were you ever able to get in touch with him?
No, I was not. I spoke to, I believe, his half brother that lived in San Antonio, in the San Antonio area, and he no longer resided with his brother, and his brother did not know any locating information for him.
Did you run any searches to try to find any other address or phone numbers for him?
Yes, sir. I ran an accurate search for him.
Okay. And did that turn up anything new?
No, it did not. I ended up mailing the removal information to his address in hopes that there would be a forwarding address.
But nothing ever came of that?
No, sir.
And so during your time, your involvement in this case ended at the adversary hearing, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And between when you became involved and when the adversary finished, you had no contact with that?
That's correct.
And do you believe that based upon what mom and the child had disclosed to you throughout your investigation it was in the best interest of the child for the department to take custody?
Yes, sir.
Where was the child when you finished your portion of the case? Where was the child?
She was in a residential treatment center in Houston, Texas.
And how was she doing there?
Initially, she was doing good. She did have one run-in. I guess she had, I don't know if it was a verbal fight with a staff member, but there was nothing further. I mean, the staff intervened, and so my understanding is that she was doing okay there.
But when initially placed, she still had kind of some signs of aggression that we were dealing with, mom was dealing with.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And mom wanted the department to take custody because she had exhausted all her efforts.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hill,
No questions.
Ms. Zavala.
No questions.
All right, and just, well, I'll wait and see if you cover it with the next witness. Let me ask this question. Ms. Ponce, she gave you the identity of the father. Did she ever discuss with you his status as either an alleged father or had he been adjudicated by a court?
Just a second.
I just didn't know if you all had any discussion about that.
No, I mean, I don't see anything in my notes that we had discussed that.
Okay, all right, we'll check with, I'm sure his next witness will cover that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anybody have anything further for Ms. Ponce?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any objections to her being excused and going on about her day?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No objection.
All right, then, Ms. Ponce, you're free to go. Thank you very much for logging in and for your time today.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, you can call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. And I'll be calling Alicia Walker, Your Honor. And Your Honor, just to kind of answer the court's question on that, there are prior orders in this case where dad was under duty support. So he has been adjudicated.
I saw his acknowledgement of paternity and I just hadn't scrolled through far enough to see if he ultimately was adjudicated in that case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. And that was an AG case on sport. So.
Correct, Your Honor. There's an order from December 6th of 2023 that says he's found to have a duty to support.
Yeah. All right, then. Ms. Walker, if you will unmute and raise your right hand for me.
Yes.
And have you been since the beginning of the case?
Yes.
Ms. Walker, we'll talk about mom real quick. Did you receive the exhibits I sent out?
Yes, I did.
Okay, do you have those pulled up?
Yes.
Okay. Could you tell me, did the mother execute an affidavit of voluntary relinquishment on the 4th day of June 2024?
She did.
Have you had an opportunity to review that relinquishment?
Yes.
Did the mother sign the relinquishment?
Yes.
Were there 2 witnesses?
Yes.
Was it notarized?
Yes.
Has the department consented to being the designated managing conservator of the child?
Yes.
And was it filed with the court on September 11th of 2024?
Yes.
Are you asking the court today at the end of testimony to terminate the parental rights of the mother, Desiree Ames, as to the child on her affidavit of voluntary relinquishment and waiving all other grounds?
Yes.
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit exhibit number 1 is the affidavit of voluntary relinquishment that Ms. Walker just testified to.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Exhibit 1 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Walker, as to dad, Trenton Ames, have you had contact with him?
Yes.
When was the last time you had contact with him?
The last time was in March of this year.
Okay. And how were you able to get in touch with him?
Through Facebook.
Okay. Have you ever had any in-person or phone calls with him?
Not in person, but I have had a few phone calls with him.
Okay. And your last communication with him, you said it was through Facebook with Messenger?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your discussions with him at that time?
I was telling him that if he wants to talk to Whitney again, he's going to have to start working services. And he replied back saying that he really wants to talk to Whitney. And that because his phone had not been working. So that's why I was talking to him on Facebook. He said he got a new phone. And I asked him if he could provide me with his phone number and an address because I currently don't know where he lives anymore. And he read my message and never responded.
At that point, how long had it been since he had communication with Whitney?
I don't believe he's had communication with her since January of this year.
How often were they having any visits or communication?
They were having phone calls with Whitney's therapist every other week.
Okay. And were those going okay at that time?
They were.
Okay. What happened in January that they stopped?
Since he hasn't worked any services, the judge had ordered that he can't have any calls with Whitney anymore until he begins working services.
And have you sent him a family plan of service?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me, just for the record, what is family plans of service?
It's court-ordered services that parents have to complete in order to mitigate the reasons for removal.
Okay. And were those generated for this case?
Yes.
Did Dad ever ask for any in-person visits
With Whitney?
with Whitney?
No.
Did he ever start setting up his services?
No.
Okay. Did you stated that he was required to, let me back up real quick. These service plans, exhibit number 2, were they made in order of the court?
Yes.
And so that was ordered, you said, to do individual counseling. Did he ever set that up?
No.
Did he ever attempt to set it up?
No.
Did he drug screen for you ever?
No, he didn't.
Did he attempt any type of drug rehab or anything throughout the case?
No.
You stated that they were doing some family therapy, is that correct?
Yes.
But that has not been going on lately, correct?
Correct.
Did he ever fully complete that?
No.
What other service was Dad required to do that he has not completed?
He was supposed to do an OSAR, but they reached out to me and said he doesn't qualify for one since he doesn't have any reported use since 2022. And since I haven't been able to drug screen for him, I don't know if one would have been necessary or not.
Did he keep you in touch of when he moved around and what his new addresses were?
No.
Do you currently know where he lives?
I don't.
Have you or anybody from St. Francis, a support worker down in that area, have they been able to view and look at his home to see if it would be appropriate?
No.
Did Dad ever ask for Whitney to come home?
He did say he wanted to have Whitney back.
Okay. When was that?
The last time, I don't have an exact date, I'm sorry. He said it basically the whole time I talked to him, but he kept telling me that he didn't have time to work services.
Did you explain to him the need to work to services in order to transition Whitney back to the home?
Yes, I did, and also his LPS worker did.
And he did not take advantage of those services, correct?
Correct.
Is the department today asking to terminate the parental rights of Trent Ames based upon his failure to work services throughout this case?
Yes.
And do you believe that is in the best interest of the child?
I do.
How is Whitney doing at this time?
She's doing pretty good. She still has communication with her Aunt Chelsea on a regular basis, and Chelsea's actually planning on visiting her sometime in May because her birthday's in May, so it'll be a little birthday trip. So she's looking forward to that.
Is this a family member that could be a possible placement for her?
Yes.
Okay. Is that being looked into?
Yes. Chelsea's just trying to find a place of her own right now.
Okay. So we haven't started any type of home study or anything on her?
Right.
Okay. And when you say trying to find a place of her own, where does she live? Who does she live with right now?
She lives in Dallas, living with a friend.
Okay. But is she planning on staying in the Dallas area, just looking for her own apartment or house?
Yes.
And does their contact, is it seem to be good for the child?
Yes.
And she enjoys and looks forward to that contact?
She does, yeah.
Is the aunt, has she expressed any interest in, if she gets a place of her own, possibly adopting or being long-term care for Whitney?
Yes, she has.
And that is the goal at this time, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, you believe that terminating mother's rights based on her voluntary relinquishment and termination of the dad's rights based upon his failure to work services would be in the best interest of the child?
Yes, I do.
And is that what you're asking the court to do today?
Yes.
And to grant permanent managing conservatorship to the department?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, any questions?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Ma'am, Desiree had signed off on her voluntary relinquishment on June the 4th of 2024. Since that time, have you had any further contact with her?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Hill?
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Ball?
Ms. Walker, I understand that Whitney will be getting a new caseworker soon. Is that right?
Yes, unfortunately.
One of the questions she asked me is whether she could still keep talking to you. She really loves you.
Oh.
Do you know who's going to be her new caseworker?
Yes. Let me pull it up. Sorry, I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
That's okay. Just when you get a chance, it doesn't have to be done right now. If you could
Okay.
give me that information, Whitney has expressed to me the name of somebody she might want some contact with, but I can just email that information to the new caseworker when I get that.
Okay.
I think that was it for me. I'll pass witness.
All right, Mr. Trout, anything further of this witness?
Nothing further this witness, Your Honor.
All right, does the department rest, or you have any further witnesses?
Just for the record, Your Honor, Dad was, were never able to find him to get him served after multiple attempts. He was published on for service in January 29th of 2025. Other than that, the department would rest him.
All right. Mr. Jackson, anything to present today?
No witnesses, Your Honor. We rest.
All right, Mr. Hill?
Rest, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Zavala?
No witnesses, I rest.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, do you have a recommendation today?
I do, Your Honor. I have been able to visit with Whitney. She seems to be doing pretty well. The contact with Aunt Chelsea is very helpful. I do believe that it is in Whitney's best interest that the parental rights be terminated at this time. Whitney understands that that's going to be happening today. She also understands that that's a necessary first step if we're going to be looking at adoption in the future.
I asked her if there's anything she wanted me to tell the judge, and she said she is fine. If her dad's rights are terminated, she understands that needs to happen, same as the mom. But she wants us to look into Aunt Chelsea. If not Aunt Chelsea, there's a grandma. I think maternal grandma she wants us to look into, but if not, if neither of those work out, she's fine getting adopted.
Okay.
But she's doing good. She's doing good. We have no concerns. But we are in agreement, continue current placement, terminate parental rights, and PMC to the department.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rowland. And as always, thanks to CASA for your service in this case. All right, then. At this time, I do find by clear and convincing evidence that it is in the best interest of the child, Whitney, to terminate the parental rights between the child and her mother, Desiree Ames, based on her voluntary affidavit of relinquishment of parental rights under Texas Family Code 161.001, subsection B 1K, and the best interest of the child under Texas Family Code 161.001, subsection B2. Likewise, I find by clear and convincing evidence it's in the best interest of the child to terminate the parental rights between the child and her father, Trenton Ames, based on Texas Family Code 161.001, subsection B, 1, the O grounds, and the best interest of the child under 161.001, subsection B2. At this time, I will appoint the Department of Family and Protective Services as the permanent managing conservator of the child, and I'll dismiss all court-appointed attorneys after the de novo and appellate timeframes expire, with the exception of the child's attorney, guardian ad litem. Does CASA wish to remain in the case?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. All right. Counsel, as always, do be advised that your de novo timeframe does begin to run since I've rendered in open court. And if you're instructed to file a notice of appeal, please do not do so until a final order has been signed and adopted by the referring court. For those of you still involved, we'll be back for a review hearing on Whitney's case in June, on June 26th of 2025. And that will be on a 9 o'clock docket.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much.
Specialists were
We'll
present
just be
ready.
in recess until we take up our 1:30.
TD Hammonds for Adriana Ortega, the mother. I'm ready, Judge. I've been unable to reach her. The phone numbers that I have been disconnected, so I was hoping to get some new information today from Shay Grant.
Mom is here.
Mom's on here.
Mr. Hammonds, did you hear that?
I did, Judge, and I mean, when we get done, I guess if you can put me in a breakout room, I'll get her new phone number.
I will. I wish I had time to put you in there before we have our hearing, but I don't. We're too
No,
far.
that's fine.
Okay. Just remind me when we conclude this and I will set that up for y'all.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Zavala, did you announce?
Sorry, Your Honor. Stacy Zavala on behalf of Johnny.
Okay. Who's gonna give us an update? Ms. Grant?
Yes, ma'am. So Miss Ortega's doing very well. She's making steady progress in her services. She's completed rational behavior therapy. She completed her parenting classes. She completed an inpatient rehab in September of 24. She has 3 individual counseling sessions left. She's attending her visits once a week for an hour. Right now, they are virtual since Johnny's in Lubbock. We kind of agreed that she wanted to stay virtual until she got some of her legal stuff taken care of. She had a warrant. She got that taken care of. So everything's good. She's reporting to probation. We had a UA drug screen on December 30th, and that was negative. So everything is going well. Mom's working on getting her ID, her driver's license, getting a job, and maintaining housing and all that. So she's doing well. Johnny's doing good, thriving in placement, doing good in school. He's doing well in therapy. He's really enjoyed being able to see mom again and having those visits. So alleged father, Pete Montez, I still have not been able to speak with him. My last conversation with him, he still didn't want to do any paternity testing or have anything to do with the case. And that's all I've got.
Did you say your drug screen was, did you say September 30th?
December 30th, I'm sorry.
December? Okay. I may have just heard you incorrectly, but I just wanted to make sure because I thought your report had said she tested in October and November both. Okay.
Ms. Grant, is there anything, what are we needing mom to finish up? What are we looking at?
She will need to start and finish WAVE and then her individual counseling.
And I believe the report said she's supposed to start WAVE this month.
Yes.
Do we have a date on that?
Don't. We were kind of taking things slow. That way she could focus, on her sobriety, and not having too much with the parenting and the counseling and things. But once my referral is sent over, I can let everybody know.
Okay. So WAVE and finish up the last, I think you said 3 sessions of individual.
Yes, sir.
Outside of that, mom, you said she needed a driver's license, but mom has her own place to live. Stable
She's
home.
staying with a friend right now. And I believe she did update me this morning that she's going to be moving back in with her grandmother. So she'll need to get housing.
Okay. Is she working?
Not yet.
Okay. So we're looking at need employment and housing to get you in a driver's license, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Other than that, she's doing well and working on the sobriety.
She is.
As far as visits, I know you said they're an hour. Are y'all going to look to increase it anytime, or are you going to stay there till mom's ready to move to in person?
I would have no problem with increasing. Foster mom supervises those visits, so we would just go by what she's able to do right now, but it wouldn't be a problem to increase.
Okay. And I know Johnny's only 5, so I know long visits on Zoom can be kind of hard. So, and it may not be something to go up on virtual. Just wait till we get to in person and then start trying to increase some stuff.
That sounds good.
Check on that. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass it to Johnny.
Okay. All right. Mr. Hammonds?
No questions, Judge.
Okay. Anything to report today?
No, Judge. like I said, I think she's moving in the right direction. Afterwards, if you would put us in a breakout room, I'll get some contact info from her.
Okay. All right, Ms. Zavala.
Ms. Grant, is there any talk about when in-person visits might start?
We don't have a specific time. I think it's just need to talk to mom about it and see when she's ready to start in person.
So when mom is ready, St. Francis doesn't have any objection to those moving to in-person.
Correct.
Okay. And I think that I understand that mom has a working relationship with foster placement and there's some direct communication that's going well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do want to make sure, and this may already be happening, that any school or therapy recommendations for Johnny in terms of things that will help him, that information be shared with mom so she could be working on those approaches as well.
Yes, absolutely.
I pass witness.
Okay. Anybody have anything else to report today?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor, other than Johnny's doing very well at his therapeutic foster placement.
And I got one real quick thing, Ms. Grant. Ms. Grant, you said mom tested on the 30th. Was that just a UA?
Yes, just the UA.
Are you needing a hair follicle, mom?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, we'd ask to go ahead and order a hair follicle too. I think mom's cooperative with it and then we'll go do it. We just, today.
Okay. All right, then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue placement. Find a continuing danger to return the child home today. Mother is in compliance with her family plan of service. I'll order her to do that hair test today before 4 p.m. Can you get there, Ms. Ortega?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And our final is currently scheduled for April 3rd of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And yeah, Judge, if you could put us in a breakout room, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll do. So Ms. Ortega, you're going to get a little prompt here.
Okay.
And you can just say join.
Okay.
So hang on and I'll send that to you. We're here. Initially, we were scheduled for a final in this case. I believe everybody has agreed to an extension in the case. And I have indicated that I would find if there are extraordinary circumstances which would warrant the extension. So we will extend the case for the additional 180 days. Mr. Trout, do we have a new dismissal date?
Do not yet. Sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay. I'll let you work on it. So we are conducting a review hearing today. We're doing that through Zoom. We're live streaming. Ms. Cherry is making our record. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Shay Grants, my pregnancy specialist. We're present ready.
T.D. Hammonds for Mom, Adriana Ortega. We're ready to proceed, Judge.
Stacy Grant, unknown father.
Stacey Zavala on behalf of Johnny.
All right, then, let's see. Miss Shay Grant, not as confusing. Miss Shay Grant, if you want to give us an update in the case.
Yes, ma'am. Johnny is doing great he's in a therapeutic foster home. He's in speech and occupational therapy, so he's doing well in those. He's actually come from being nonverbal to being able to express himself with words now. So he's doing good in school, current on medical and dental, good and healthy. So no concerns there. We have Pete Montez. He maintains that he doesn't want to be a part of the case. He doesn't want to do any paternity testing. And then for mom, she's doing well. She's completed all her services. She did a UA and hair follicle on March 25th. Those both came back negative. So right now we're just waiting to hear on mom's criminal side. She has court on April 30th. And then mom's housing situation. So those are the only concerns that we have right now.
Okay, and we had a concern, at least in the report, that maybe about her current living situation might not be appropriate for reunification. Is that still the case, or has she changed that?
It's still the same.
Okay. But she's aware of that.
Yes.
Is that because of somebody that is in the home, or is it the conditions of the home, or what's the circumstance?
Yes, it's the criminal history of the person in the home.
Okay. But you would say at this point in time, she's in compliance with her service plan.
Yes.
And judge, for that, that is why we were asking for the extension. Mom has picked it up and has been doing real well. We do still have the revocations that are filed and seeing what's going to happen with mom's criminal cases at this time. Mostly other than the housing situation, that is kind of where we are. I did talk to the prosecutor on her criminal cases. We have discussed some stuff. I know they have meetings set for the end of this month to kind of see what's going to happen. So that's kind of where we are, just to see if she's going to be able to be extended, or if I know there's a recommendation, I think, for ISF for a little bit, but that would still be within our 6-month extension time to see what mom does or what she has to be able to do.
Okay. So if she went to ISF, she'd be back out before our dismissal date.
Yes, ma'am. Most of the recommendation I've seen lately, and I believe the recommendation I saw on hers was usually it's the 45 days up to 120 days. So it would still be within our time frame. If that's what happened, I don't know what they have decided to do on it yet.
Sure, I understand. Okay. All right. Mr. Hammonds.
Judge, I've encouraged Miss Ortega to continue to try to sit down with Mr. Pirtle before April 30th, show him her completion certificate from Serenity House. Also, it will certainly be to her benefit that she has tested clean since that time. I guess I am hopeful that they might be willing to do some in-house probation department counseling with her. Certainly, there are a lot of different options. They could extend her probation for a little bit. They could make her do some short jail time in the Potter County Jail. But certainly, her incentive is to continue working with the department, get Johnny back into her custody. So, yes, I believe if the court, I understand you're already willing to give us 6 more months. I believe that's going to give her time to get some things solidified, and I'm hopeful that things will work out with the criminal aspect. It is a state jail drug amount, so Cody has some good negotiating issues.
Okay. Okay.
Ms. Grant? Any news, anything new?
Nothing new, Your Honor. I think possibly the father who's refusing to cooperate is going to be our guy, but nothing to update there, and nothing new on any other party that might be named.
We haven't been able to do genetic testing on him, have we?
No, he's refusing.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, he hasn't asked for an attorney. He hasn't participated. He hasn't, been involved at all. So
He's done nothing. I've tried to contact him, and I've gotten no response whatsoever. I'm going basically on his refusal with Shay's updates to me. But I've left a couple of messages at the numbers I had asking him to call so that I could at least explain to him, how we could handle this expeditiously, but I've gotten no response.
well, sounds like everybody's tried to explain to him how the chips may fall. So, okay. All right, Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, Johnny is doing very well, and I'm very excited to see the progress of Mom. It sounds like those visits go very well. I do want to make sure in the course of this extension that we really focus on giving Mom all the tools she needs. Johnny is autistic. He was nonverbal until recently. There have been a lot of therapies put in place, a lot of structure, a lot of tools that seem to be successful with him. And I think Mom's willing and able to work on that. I just want to make sure she's receiving all the information she can on what has been successful with Johnny so that she can be in a position to take that over. Things like visual schedules and so I do want to make sure that as we go forward that Mom's given any opportunity she can to try to be involved in his therapies and to get as much information on what's working in those therapies. It does sound like Mom and foster parents are working well together. I mean, I think there's some good communication there. And I have every belief that this is headed the right way. Just want everybody focused on making sure Mom's given the information she needs to continue that great progress for Johnny.
Absolutely. To the extent that Ms. Ortega, that you can be involved in all those things, you really need to be. So if foster home's cooperative with you, that certainly makes things easier too. So, okay. All right then. Well, then it sounds like for today, as I stated, I find the extraordinary circumstances exist and I'll grant the extension. We'll set a new dismissal date of
October 13th, 2025.
October 13th, 2025. And then we will continue the department as temporary managing conservator of the child. I'd find a continuing danger to return the child home today, but that mother is in compliance with her services. Find that Mr. Montez is not. And I'll sign the orders when presented to me, and I'll see everybody back. Our next review hearing will be July 29th, 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. And then the final will be scheduled for October 7th of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket.
Thank you, Judge.
Keep up the good work, Ms. Ortega.
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, I'll call Cody Pirtle right now. I'll keep him up to speed on our end of it, so.
Yeah, it'd probably be beneficial for him to know that we've granted the extension.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
Okay.
And TD, when I talked to the prosecutor on it, I let him know that's kind of direction we were headed. And that I was checking to see what they were planning on doing, and that Mom had working with us.
Yeah, who is the prosecutor?
Taylor Guerrera was who I spoke to.
I got you. Yeah, I just saw her this morning. So, all right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
We're here today on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Ms. Taylor's making our record. right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Cassie Coppix, my permanency specialist, were present, ready, Your Honor.
T.D. Hammonds for mother, Adriana Ortega, ready, Judge.
Stacy Grant on behalf of unknown father, and I'm ready.
Jerry Morales on behalf of respondent father Pedro Montez, ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the child.
Right, thank you. Okay, again, like the case earlier today, just before I forget, Mr. Montez is currently incarcerated, and I know we'd had an issue with genetic testing earlier in the case. I think we probably have an order for it, maybe, but let's get after it.
You did, Judge. You just signed that one end of last week. I just printed it off today to get it sent to. I just saw that it was signed today to get it sent off and try to get that set up as quick as we can. I know they've been having some issues with the, I don't know if it's the department system or the AG system. They've had some lags in getting some paternity testing stuff, but I will get that sent out and try to get that set up as quick as we can.
So I heard.
And I spoke to Mr. Morales last week on this to let him know we had filed this order since he was just recently appointed to this case. Mr. Morales, were you able to have that conversation with your client? He does want the paternity testing.
Yeah, reluctantly. I mean, I kind of, told him the difference, and I mean, he's fairly confident Jonathan's his, but he was like, I mean, I think it'd give him a little bit more peace of mind, and so he's asking for that. But he's on board with, I mean, where everyone's at, and in the event that he can work any services, but we kind of know that situation. If with the federal hold, it might not ever happen.
Okay, all right. I'll get that sent over to who it needs to get sent to today.
Perfect. Thanks.
All right, great. Okay, then, Ms. Kopic, what do we have new since the court report was filed?
Mom has started unsupervised visits with Johnny. So far she's had 2 and they've been going well. He's still doing well in his foster home. She's completed all of her services. She did have her daughter removed in another case, and they did order a home study. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. She does have a roommate that has some past CPS history, and she's also on probation.
And Judge, that was something that came up after we ordered, and I was going to mention to the court today. We did get put in for those home studies on the case that we did the adversary on last week. It was called to my attention after that about the roommate situation. So we are aware of that, and that if that's the only thing when the home study comes back that it's possibly denied on, that can be addressed at that time, and what is going on in that situation.
Okay.
But the home study's in the other case, not in this case.
Right.
Yeah.
And my understanding is that both Ms. Ortega and the roommate are in compliance with probation at this time, and that they're in that arrangement with probation's permission.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay. All right. Okay, Ms. Kopic, go ahead.
That's all I got.
Okay. All right, drug tests have still been negative, and so
yes,
father is now in Randall County Jail, but he's got a federal hold, so I guess he can do what he can do.
Yes,
out there. All right. Okay, Mr. Hammonds, anything to add today?
Judge, I'm just hoping, everything works out that Johnny Jr. can get started on some monitored return, and possibly before school starts, we can get everything situated. I mean, we've got, 2-3 weeks here.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the department's willing to, start sending him for some overnight and then maybe some weekends.
Well, all right. Ms. Kopic where are we at?
We just started unsupervised visits. She's had 2 3-hour visits. As long as they go well, we will extend more time, but we have to staff with the program director for any overnights.
Well, maybe that conversation needs to start taking place. Since school is about to start, I just,
I guess at the latest, Judge, maybe right after Labor Day, we're set for a final in October, but, my hope is that just becomes a party that we're all happy we're now out of her life. But I understand things change, but she's been doing everything she's supposed to since, I believe, January, February.
And may I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I've actually looked into a school, elementary school for him already too. I just need basically waiting just to find out if I'm able to start, have the monitor return and stuff like that, because I have family who work in the AISD, and she is at Humphreys Highland Elementary. So that's what I was just trying to get okay that, yeah, he will be coming home soon so I can get him enrolled into that school, because they have a special class for autistic children that she informed me about, and my aunt's willing to help me figure all that out too.
For the record, that's a good school. A lot of good alumni there.
Oh yeah, my grandmother worked there for 45 years. My aunt still works there. I mean,
That's where I went to school.
me too.
Ms. Copic, can we get a meeting, supervising director next week? I'll be happy to join in that meeting too.
Ms. Kopic, did you hear the question?
It cut out. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Could we try to, next week get some sort of meeting with, myself, your supervising director? We'll have a conversation on this. If you can try to get a meeting for us. Thank you.
Mr. Morales, I'm gonna assume that your client would prefer that the child be back with mother.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so no problems there.
No, Judge.
All right, okay. Okay, Ms. Grant, anything to report today?
No, Your Honor, I'm thinking I may become unnecessary to the final if we get that paternity testing done. So just kind of waiting to see that come back in.
Sure, okay. And now I have big concerns about whether it's going to come back before October 7th.
I agree.
But that may be another reason that we may be looking at a monitored return. And because we may have that loose end, that would be very nice to have that wrapped up.
Yep.
So that's a possible solution to that problem if we're still hung out on the genetic testing.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm hoping, Judge, if I can get this pushed through and we can kind of circumvent the scheduling with the internet or the email systems that they got problems with. Since he is incarcerated, hopefully we can get this one pushed through quickly is what I'm hoping.
Okay. All right. Okay, Ms. Zavala. Thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, Your Honor, Johnny's doing really, really well. And Mom, it sounds like, is doing really well. I am all for moving forward with reunification. And I know we've got lots of competing interests. We've got 2 weeks before school starts. I'm a little worried about whether we can get everything set up before then. Johnny really needs to have kind of a schedule in place. We need to have all the, who's going to be the caregivers, what's going to happen with work, all of that kind of thing. I could foresee that taking longer than the beginning of school, but that's okay. I will join in the Humphrey Highlands love. My mother-in-law taught there for years and years. So we may not be able to get them there right when school starts. But it sure looks like that's where we're headed towards reunification. I just want to make sure we've got everything in place before we fully move him over, so that it's less chaos for him. And we've got a good plan in place, but it sure looks like that's where we're moving, and I'm for it.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not trying to suggest that it's got to be before school starts. I mean, he's gonna be in special classes, but you know, in an ideal world, maybe that could happen, but I'm not sure that's gonna happen that fast. We've got the home study pending in the other case, and so, I mean, I know they're separate cases, but there's obviously crossover. So,
Yes, ma'am.
I just kind of want to say, let's push this along, So she's completed services. She's done what we've asked. She's, maintaining sobriety. So I think it's time to really start. Okay, what is the plan moving forward? Let's know what childcare's looks like, what backup support she's going to have, who that's going to be. I think we need to start dotting those I's and crossing those T's. So, okay. All right then. So today I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator. I'm going to continue Johnny's current placement. And I am going to, order that we create a reunification plan.
Sounds good.
And that we start implementing it. Okay. Mom is obviously in compliance. All right, I've already signed the order of genetic testing. We don't need to add that in today. I'll see everybody back October 7th of 2025. That's on a 9:00 docket, and hopefully we'll have it figured out at that point in time what we're gonna need to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you. Good job, Adriana.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
We're here on a review hearing. We're conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming. And Ms. Goodman's making our record. Okay, hang on, I'm confused. Ms. Grant just logged back in.
Judge, Ms. Grant was on this case as I believe unknown or one of the other fathers, and we dismissed her out when the paternity test came back.
Yeah, okay, let me bring her in. Okay, Ms. Grant, I think you're officially out of this case at this point. We got genetic testing back, and I think we dismissed you out.
I thought that might be the case, Judge, but we couldn't see if the order had been signed yet because we were excluded from being able to view the file. So I thought I better log in to be sure that was the reason.
Okay, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
So I appreciate you double checking.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, you too. Okay, all right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the department. Cassie Coppix, my primacy specialist, we're present here.
TD Hammonds for the mom, Adriana Ortega. Ready, Judge. She should be joining us.
Jerry Ross for responding Father Pedro Montez, Your Honor. He is still incarcerated. I'm ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of Johnny.
Okay, thank y'all. All right, then, let's see, Ms. Kopic, if you want to give us the update.
And Your Honor, real quick before Ms. Coppix starts, I apologize, Ms. Coppix. Your Honor, this case was originally set for a final today.
Right.
Parties agreed to a monitored return. The child was placed home with mom about a week ago. And also we got paternity testing back on Mr. Morales's client, Pedro Montez. He is not excluded as the father. So we would ask that he be adjudicated, for a monitored return to be ordered, as parties agreed to work with the reunification to mom. And then we can just have discussion with Mr. Morales and his client as moving forward and see if we can, once the monitored return is over with, we can get out with some agreed orders maybe.
Okay.
And I do, if you want me to go ahead and give you the new dismissal date on that.
Yes, please.
I do have it as April 5th of 2026.
Okay. All right, so this topic, we can just pick up from there. We know child's been returned home. I haven't signed the order for monitored return yet, but that's what we're here to talk about today. So, how are things going?
Great. Adriana had everything pretty much set up before he went home. She got him enrolled in school. She did enroll him in Will Rogers instead of the one I put in my court report. They had a meeting and everything, but so far everything's going well. He's excited to be home. She's excited for him to be home. It's good.
Okay, great.
Ms. Kovic, how's mom doing? I know we've got 2 children in the home with her now, from the other case and this one. So how is mom doing with having both kids back in the house?
She's doing great. I mean, she's been waiting a long time to have her kids back with her, and she's, she hasn't expressed any like need or help from me, and she's always been on top of having everything I need her to do done. So, I mean, I think so far everything's going great.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Hammonds, you're out there, I think.
Hallelujah. We want the Department of Courts to get out of her life as quickly as possible when they feel comfortable. So hopefully that'll happen before our next hearing.
I certainly hope so. I concur. I hope that'll happen.
I didn't know if the department was going to possibly seek to terminate Mr. Montez or not, but, I understand they've got that decision to make.
Okay.
But no, everything's going fine. It's one of those success stories.
Okay, then, great. Then Mr. Morales?
I don't have any significant update, Your Honor. Mr. Montez is still awaiting sentencing.
Okay. Ms. Vala?
Your Honor, I got to meet with Johnny in the home. Adriana was very cooperative. She seems to be on top of what both of the children need. And my notes for the 2 children are kind of intermingling. I had one note that I've got listed as Johnny, but I may have that wrong, potentially for Social Security benefits. That there were some Social Security benefits coming in, then they were transferred to the department, and then can they be redirected to her? I may have that wrong, and that might be for sister, but just want to check on any Social Security money coming in, and maybe mom can share some info.
It was for Johnny.
Okay. So I just wanted to check on the status of those Social Security payments, because now that he's back in mom's house, that could be very helpful to the household.
We can definitely check on that. I'm not really sure that process, but typically it gets redirected to who it is supposed to go to.
I don't show that I ever ordered it to be redirected, but I understand that that's a Social Security deal and they may have. So yeah, I guess somebody needs to look at that and let them know child is back with mom. Like as soon as we can do that. Yeah, I don't show that I ever ordered it.
So that was the only note that I had to address today. It sounds like things are going really well, and I'm really glad he gets to be home.
Okay. All right then. All sounds like a good plan. Ms. Ortega,
Yes, ma'am.
feeling good about everything?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm very, very excited to have both my kids. Well, my daughter was just a surprise, but it's very, very such a blessing, very big blessing. And
Okay. Well, you are the one that put in the work. So I appreciate it.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So just keep doing it every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm gonna order the monitored return to mom, and we will set the new dismissal date of April 5th of 2026. I had a next hearing date of January 6th of 2026 on a 9 o'clock docket. We're setting that as a final.
Earlier.
And we're doing that, Ms. Ortega, because we may have some issues we got to deal with Mr. Montez.
Okay.
Okay, so we're setting that hearing. You know, if these folks figure out something else before that, then that's great. You know, maybe we won't even have to have that hearing, but it's on the schedule.
Okay.
Okay. All right, then. Good luck to you. And I appreciate everybody's patience. I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting so long. It's been a crazy morning.
It's okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, that will complete our morning Potter County docket. I will see some of you this afternoon
We
in
ready?
person at 1:30.
Believe so, Your Honor. And before we do announcements, we'll let the court know we have an announcement to make. There's a couple of things we need to discuss with the worker and get her, Ms. Cantrell, to kind of explain what we're looking for on a few things. But outside of that, we kind of have an agreement and something we want to announce.
Okay. All right, then. Let's see. Cause number 9A are here set for our final today. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming and Ms. Taylor is making our record. All right, then we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent Miss Tenor. We're present and ready.
Brooks Barfield, represent the father, present and ready. He is the present as well.
Stacy Zabala on behalf of the children.
Okay, all right, Mr. Trout.
Your Honor, parties have agreed to a monitored return at this time. We're going to work on placing the 2-year-old child back in the home, the older child back in the home, monitor for a little bit, and then place the younger child in the home and keep monitoring. We're hoping we need a little bit of information as far as a child care plan in writing. And then I wanted to ask Ms. Cantrell, they're asking for a stress plan and exactly what they are looking for on that. I think parties are a little confused on exactly what we're wanting on that. Then we'll get the reunification plan. If we can get that within the next couple of days, plan on having visit tomorrow as always scheduled. And then on Saturday, do the visit and the older child be left with parents on Saturday and then start the monitoring process.
Okay. All right, so basically what we're agreeing to today is monitored return.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Kincaid, is that your understanding in agreement?
That's my understanding, Your Honor. They're requesting a stress plan. I don't exactly know what that is. And so hopefully we can get some clarification on that. My client would be more than happy to provide whatever they need, but I just don't know what that is.
I suspect I know what they're looking for, but we can talk about it further here in a minute. Mr. Barfield, same with you. Is that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. Zavala, you think that's in the best interest of the children?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. All right. Let's back up and talk about what they're calling a stress plan. I'm sure it's simply, would be who are the backup caregivers, and Ms. Cantrell, you can be more eloquent than I about that. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, I don't know about all that, but yeah, it's just a plan as far as we're going to have at a point of under 3 in the home, which could be very stressful. And so we need a plan of if parents become overwhelmed, and I know they have a great support. I know they have Shelly. I know they have Malia's mother. There's other people. But we want it in place to say, hey, this is who I'm going to reach out to if we do need a break, or if we are, overstimulated or stressed out or need some sleep because, we have 3 under 3 at home. Who are we going to reach out to? How are we going to ensure our stress level stays at a minimum, the best that they can, in hopes to prevent any, the best way to say any other injuries, or to prevent anything from happening negatively in this reunification. We want it to be successful, and we don't want to set the parents up for failure. So with that, I just need how they're going to manage stress, how they're going to ask for help, who they're going to ask for help, and how the parents are going to support each other as Malia works and Tyrone does stay at home. So that's where that child care comes in. Is he going to be able to do with the 3 children? Who we're going to have for help for that? We just want a good, solid plan because we don't want a failure in this. They've worked hard. We want to be very clear. That is what we're asking for and why.
So what do you think is the best format for creating that? Just to have like a family team meeting type thing where everybody can have some input in on that?
If they wanted to, we could see if we get something scheduled before Saturday pretty quickly. Or, I can even just meet with them myself and see. I have a pretty good idea of who their supports are going to be, who they're going to reach out to. I do have that. So, but I want to make sure we're incorporating it specifically into the family reunification plan as far as in their reunification family plan. Okay. So I can talk to them individually however everybody wants to do this, I'm open to that.
Let me just ask counsel, are you comfortable with Ms. Cantrell just meeting with them and developing that?
I think that's the most logical and most expeditious way to do this, quite frankly. It sounds to me like it's just simply the parents understanding if they get in a situation where they feel overwhelmed or they feel they need help, who are we going to reach out to and how are we going to reach out to it? It doesn't sound overly complex to me. So I think that'd be the simplest manner as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Ms. Kincaid, you good with that?
Yeah, I agree. And if there's anything that comes up, Ms. Tenner knows she can always call me and I can pop into it if we need to. But I don't think it's going to be that different from the people that are currently assisting them and supporting them.
Probably not. Okay.
And it sounds to me just a little more like a more in-depth caregiver plan is kind of what it sounds like to me. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I would like to ask my client and make sure he understands kind of what we're talking about and get any questions he may have answered, if that's okay, Judge, regarding the stress plan.
Sure.
And we can do it informally, if that's okay with the court. I don't think we need to swear him in or anything at this point. I don't think. That's up to you.
Okay, well, Mr. Lewis, you understand kind of what they're looking for?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Well, I think that you all can sit down with Ms. Cantrell and you all have obviously had a great working relationship and I think come up with that. You know, if you've got any questions, call your lawyers during that meeting. You know, hopefully you can catch them and run it past them. Ms. Zavala, are you good with all of that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think they've worked really well and have worked really hard. I know that they'll be able to provide whatever is being sought, and I'm glad to see this moving forward.
Okay. All right, then, anybody else have anything today? Mr.
Today, Your Honor, we'll get an order for the monitored return filed. I know we need to have that signed by the 17th, so we'll get that filed and in front of you.
Okay. Any reason to do a review hearing right now?
Um,
I'm looking. Let's
maybe, Judge, just to
let's just
Go
do
ahead,
a real short review. I mean, we don't probably need to cover just a whole lot, Ms. Cantrell. I mean, I've read, of course, court reports and knowing that this was getting ready to go to trial, I think everybody's pretty up to speed. But anything new or that you need to report?
I mean, nothing specifically new. The children are doing great. No significant issues. They have good visits with parents. I do know, I'm sure it will be difficult with the transition, especially, you know, one first and the other, but we're going to continue that Wednesday visit so that they'll still get to see him and the child as well in the Saturday visits. But both are doing good. Mom and dad have made great progress. I know they'll continue to do that. I know the children will be happy to be home. So overall, I think we're at a good resolution for the case.
Okay. Ms. Trout, have you all looked at a new dismissal date?
yes, ma'am. July 4th of 2024. Or excuse me, 2025. Sorry.
All right, and let me ask Miss Katie, can we've had the date of April 3rd, you know, set aside. We thought we were going to call and recess this today because of the recent change in counsel for Mr. Lewis, but we want to just go ahead and announce that as a subsequent review date. Or do you want to announce that as a final?
You asking me, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good with announcing it as a final, and then if we need a little bit of extra time, we've always got it.
Judge, I think let me think. The younger child won't be placed for a few weeks, so it'll probably be first part of February. And then we'll monitor after that. So we'll still be about 2 months at that time.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's just set that one as a review.
Yeah.
April 3rd, 2025. And then Miss Katie, if you'll give us another date that's closer to the dismissal date. I mean, we'll have it in our hip pocket. Probably isn't gonna drag out that long. All right, she's saying July 1st at 9. Is that a Tuesday or Thursday?
The Tuesday.
Okay, so July 1 at 9 o'clock. Okay, then, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue the children's placement until we start the move on Saturday with the oldest child. I'll approve the order for the monitored return as we've announced today. And we will see everybody back April 3rd, 2025 for a review hearing, and then our final will be set on July 1st of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket. Okay, Ms. Tanner, Mr. Lewis, I know you all worked really, really hard in this case, and I hope that we're getting down to what will be a happy resolution in otherwise something that's been a very unhappy experience for everybody. So I appreciate your all's work. Just keep up the good work, and reach out to people when you need them. So
Yes. Thank you.
okay. I'll see everybody back in April if we need to, and then, hopefully shortly after that, we'll be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank y'all so much, Mr. Barfield. Special thanks to you for jumping in on this. We appreciate it.
Well, I hate to be on it in these circumstances, but it's my pleasure to represent Mr. Lewis.
I understand. So, okay. Thank y'all. Everybody have a good day. We've got one more left on our docket. So
Thank y'all.
everybody else is free to
Thank
go.
you, Erica.